If all of a sudden they come out with regulation for Bitcoin and for the other alts, then institutions know the rules and the institutions flood in. By keeping it this way until they launch the CBDC, then no institutions are getting involved. Then they'll say, oh, hey,
that's why it's so crazy, right? That's why it's so volatile.
Fed Now, right? The Federal Reserve is launching this, Fed Now. It's basically a way for you to do direct payments instantly online. What does that sound like, right?
Hey guys, welcome back to Library of Wealth. Today we have Gareth Soloway discussing Bitcoin as well as his latest crypto market strategy and what we can expect in the coming weeks. Soloway notes that in altcoin seasons, when everyone anticipates the rally and starts buying, but the price fails to rise despite widespread optimism, it indicates a lack of investor participation and results in a stagnant market. Soloway shares his cautiousness recently while trading, when crypto prices have become oversold, how he strategically uses dollar cost averaging down into negative positions. He says this approach lowers the average entry price and increases potential profits when a bounce occurs. Soloway also shares his perspective on the recent altcoin season and the impact of regulatory uncertainty in the crypto market. Let's get right into the latest interview with Gareth Soloway as he discusses Bitcoin and gives his crypto market prediction for 2023. If you enjoy the content we do here, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Let's get right into the video.
I would probably, once we get down here, if my buy range is here, probably once we get down here, I'm putting my order out, because especially with crypto, it can flush so quickly. And especially when I sleep, right? It might hit when I sleep. And so for instance, if I'm looking to buy, so let's say chances are I'm short from a 29 and change, I'm gonna probably cover right in this area. Right, just because I take it the safe approach. I don't need to squeeze all the milk out of the carton, right? I'm just happy with a good solid profit. Then I say, okay, well, if it gets ridiculously oversold and it hits here, now I'll put an order to buy here. I'll put an order in the middle, and I'll put an order right there. DCA in, right? And so in general, it could bounce here, so I'll have some exposure. It could also pierce. Now I have a little bit more exposure. The chances of it not bouncing at all down to here, very low, right? You know, at some point, one of these lines, you're going to get a bounce. And so as long as I kind of space out my orders, then I let the charts kind of do their thing. So this is the key, though. When you're a swing trader and you're a day trader, you can't add to winning trades because, number one, it's making your average worse. And number two, right, your entry price is now worse, which means so it might have been a big move up. If you add it up here, now your average is here. It just takes a small dip and you're negative on the trade. And so because it's such a short time frame, it's always once I'm in the money, like and that's the way I look at it. Like if I only have a 1/6 position and it just works perfectly, okay, that was the easiest trade in the world, like no stress. It may not pay me a ton of money, but it was an easy trade. Put it in the win column. It's when the trades go against you that you have to be ready to maneuver. That's why I dollar cost average. So I'm big on dollar cost averaging down or into the negative versus up. Because generally also the charts will bounce, right? You know this. I mean, unless it's a Terra Luna scenario, in general, nothing goes straight down, nothing goes straight up. And so if you can pinpoint the technical levels, maybe the first one doesn't work, maybe the second one doesn't work, but probabilities, which is what our game is, the third one, one of these is going to work. And if you can get your average low enough, when that bounce comes, let's say I get in the money just by this much, now I can take a little bit off and now let it run more, take a little bit off. And so, because again, it's all about so I value the longer I'm in a trade, the more it should pay me. If all I had to do was stick an order there and it went up like that, maybe I only made $2,000 or $5,000, but it was like I didn't even have to think. I didn't even
no stress.
It's like the easiest thing. So I'm okay with that. Is that when it comes down here, now I got to buy more there.
Yeah,
now
this
I got to buy more there.
Part. Yeah,
and then all right, so now you finally get a bounce. Now it comes here. Let's say my break even. Well, here was first. So my break even's here. Now I'm exiting some here. Which then if it comes down here, I can add back. My average is dropping. Then it goes up here. Exit. It becomes like this game where it takes a lot more effort. In which case, now I have a bigger position. So if it goes up here, I might still exit up here, but at least I'm making more money because it's a bigger position, but I had to work harder for that. So one of the things I always try to make investors very aware of is that, like everyone was saying, it was going to be altcoin season, right? It was, this is coming, right? So if you have, let's say you have 10 investors, if 10 investors, and here's your altcoin season. And so one of them buys, two of them buys, because everyone's saying it's altcoin season 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All of a sudden, everyone is on the long side. And if they haven't run, what does it mean, right? It means that they're not going to, like, who else is left over here? There's no one else left to buy. So the fact that we were hearing so much about altcoin season, everyone got long expecting it, but price still didn't rally. And then everyone's like waiting, like, well, where is it? Well, because there's no one, you're at zero over here in terms of investors. So there's no one else to buy.
Why is there no investors? Are people just unsure about everything right now?
Yeah, I think a lot has to do with regulation, man. It's just, there's so much uncertainty. I think FTX created some uncertainty in retail, but then I think just the government. You have the U.S. government just, at this point. And they're doing it on purpose, right? I mean, to me, it's a no-brainer that they're doing it on purpose to launch the CBDC because they want to get the CBDC to gain traction in the system. Because if all of a sudden they come out with regulation for Bitcoin and for the other alts, then institutions know the rules and the institutions flood in. By keeping it this way until they launch the CBDC, then no institutions are getting involved. Then they'll say, oh, hey,
That's why it's so crazy, right? That's why it's so volatile.
Fed Now, right? The Federal Reserve is launching this. Fed Now. It's basically a way for you to do direct payments instantly online. What does that sound like, right? So this is actually launching within the next few weeks. Once it has a foothold with institutions, then they'll say, okay, now we can do regulation because the institutions are using this. They won't be using other crypto. My learning curve, I had to lose money for 5 years to figure it out on my own. People have like the cliff notes, right? The shortcut. Your stuff, my stuff. It can shorten that learning curve. You're not going to, like, instantly, someone's not going to be like, oh, I just did the course. I'm a genius trader making millions. But it's saying that, okay, instead of 5 years, now maybe it's a year.
Exactly.
And that's the key, right? And then you take it a step further and you say, okay, well, now they're not losing money for 4 more years, but they're also making money, which now compound that out over the course of their life. And it's literally a difference of millions of dollars in their pocket. Like the financial freedom's incredible. So.
Do you have anything that helps you with that? Just switching off, or can you switch? Do you struggle with it?
I think everyone struggles, or at least if you're as in tune with it as I am and you are, it is a little hard. But I think the family time, getting and playing with the kids or doing things, I think that really helps to the point where even when we were in Miami, when we were at the conference, for some reason in my head, I had the idea that it was Saturday, just because it was like we left on a Friday, it just seemed like a weekend. And I was like, oh, wait, the stock market's actually open right now. Let me check in. But I had forgotten about it because we were having so much fun as a group. So I think it's just doing other stuff. Yeah. But it's hard. It's very hard. I mean, I'll wake up to pee in the middle of the night and I'm not going to lie. I look at the S&P futures and I look at crypto and then I go back to sleep,
true. It's so true. It's but it is important to reboot and reset.
Yeah.
Soloway notes that the uncertainty surrounding regulations, especially concerning government intervention and the launch of central bank digital currencies, further contributes to investor hesitancy. He emphasizes how the value of learning from experienced traders expedites success and reduces the learning curve. After initially losing money for 5 years before finding success, Soloway highlights the importance of leveraging others' knowledge. His journey to financial freedom in the market came at a price, underlining the resilience required. Soloway does speculate that the upcoming launch of FedNow, a system for instant online payments by the Federal Reserve, aligns with CBDC features and may delay crypto regulations. What do you think about the latest interview with Gareth Soloway and the crypto strategies he implements to find success in today's market? Comment down below. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. This is Library of Wealth. We'll see you in the next video.